Hey, what's up guys? As you can see, I just finished recording the video you're about to watch, the loan video. And yeah, I just wanted to add this video in beforehand so that I could tell you to really lock in on this information. There's going to be a lot of information within this video. And if you really take seriously all the information that you're going to learn within this video and apply it within your personal brand, you will see really great returns, not only your personal brand and status online, but within your business and how much you're actually scaling your business, right? So without further ado, hit the follow button, like the video, close all the tabs, lock yourself in a room, or put your headphones in, no distractions, and let's get straight into it. This funnel really does work, and it's something that, like I said, people like Eamon Gadzhi, The Tates, Alex Hormozi are constantly doing to grow their personal brands. Personal branding really is the new way of doing business. All right, let's get straight into it. As you can see, this is the whole outline, the whole funnel, the whole ecosystem is what it looks like. And actually, this isn't really much of a funnel, even though it might appear that way. This is really more of an ecosystem through where you can use your personal brand constantly to close clients, to capture them and to nurture them, right? Which is what you want to do with this funnel. And it's the ultimate key to really generate sales online. People think that it's just, posting online, having fancy videos, high quality videos, but ultimately the people who are successful in the online space is the individuals with personal brands. So, and as you can see, like I'm even going to mention some here that you probably recognize that are doing this. So, and I've also personally done this to grow my personal brand to thousands of followers. So I know it works, and am thrilled for everyone watching this, any business owners watching this, or really anyone who wants to grow the personal brand and start a business line can implement this. So as you can see, there are 5 steps or phases into the funnel, starting with the personal brand, to lead capturing, to nurturing those leads, and to, of course, the sales process and then becoming actual clients, which I refer to as top funnel, middle funnel, and bottom funnel, right? So as you can see, the personal brand and actually capturing those leads is the top funnel. It's like the baseline. This is where most people think they're going to close a bunch of clients. This is where most people just do this and think they should be making a bunch of money or getting a bunch of followers or leads. But yeah, it's not the case, because you want to take them through these 2 phases and then actually nurture them and actually have a good sales process that closes them into clients and monetary outcomes, right? So let's get straight into it. We first start with the personal brand. And as you can see, the personal brand is key. Without your personal brand, this ecosystem, this funnel isn't necessarily going to work. I'm not saying that this is the only funnel that you could use. There are multiple ways to generate sales online. There's even people that do it faceless through Instagram. So I'm not saying that this is the only way to generate sales online. This is just the way that the most successful people are doing it, and the most effective and in a way to actually build a community and a status when it comes to the online space. That's also the ultimate goal. You don't just want to generate sales, but if you can actually also grow a brand to where you don't necessarily become a celebrity, but become someone well known within your niche or industry, that also brings a lot of fruits to who you are. So yeah, let's get into it. So what is a personal brand? Like I said, this is key, but what is an actual personal brand, right? A lot of people have ideas of what a personal brand is, and like they'll see these big influencers, that do their little TikTok dances or do a bunch of things online. And even though, yeah, those are personal brands, to put it simply, a personal brand is an amplifier of who you are, right? So outside of the money, outside of the business, outside of everything, a personal brand is simply an amplifier of who you are. So for example, let's take these 3 entrepreneurs here: Alex Hormozi, Eamon Gadzhi, and The Tates. Outside of their success, right, and their businesses and the fact that they're multi-millionaires or billionaires, supposedly, what characteristics or who are they as a person that makes them so likable, that makes them blow up so much that people like to talk about them and their lifestyle and everything that they do? And it's these things right here, as you can see, like outside of of their businesses, they portray certain characteristics that people resonate with, such as being hardworking, being masculine, usually opposing favorable opinions, having a traditional mindset, being intelligent, having a rich lifestyle, certain beliefs, activities, and much more. So I want you to think of these entrepreneurs outside of who they are now and their status and their success as, let's say, they're your work buddies or your friends from school. would you be friends with these people outside? Let's say they weren't who they are now and they're just regular people, you know, but this is who they are, like who they are personally. Would you be friends with them? Most likely you would, you know. You most likely, you know, being friends with someone like Iman Gadzhi, like outside of who they are, you know, now, would be a pretty good idea, as he's a pretty cool dude. Same thing with the Tate and Alex Hormozi. And that's pretty much what a personal brand is. That's what I personally did. For a very long time, I didn't monetize my brand, which was one of my biggest mistakes. But the reason that I still was able to grow a personal following, a personal brand, was because regardless, I would always show who I was. You know, like right here, I put 3 examples of posts that I've had. I have many more examples of posts like these. These are just 3 that I picked. And as you can see, like for example, this one, how to have an unbreakable confidence, or signs that you're charismatic, or even tips that I knew about reducing face fat, which were unrelated to my niche really. Like I was in the self-improvement niche, so it was completely, I mean, I guess it's somewhat related because it's fitness, right? But regardless, it was something that I wouldn't even talk about, and I still got 6 million views. But because I kept showing who I was and what I knew, that's what got me this status. That's what got me this following, right? And to this day, I still get thousands of followers and thousands of DMs from people just asking me for advice, or asking me to about certain things, or just people supporting me because of who I am, like outside of if I make any money or do I have any business or not, which is what you want from your personal brand. This is what you want. You want to be able to have a personal brand through where, I'm not saying you want to be a celebrity, but you want to have the status of being one, and people wanting to get to know you to the point where outside of your business, your money, what you offer, you know, they like you, which is phase 1 really. And a lot of people come up to me and ask me about, you know, starting a personal brand. And I always first tell them, well, who are you? Like, what do you know? Like, what can you provide to the market? Because there's a lot of people who simply aren't, not to say they aren't worthy, because everybody can grow a personal brand, but they're people with no stories, no attractive character that people would want to follow, which is the actual title of this whole concept right here. Your attractive character, which I'm going to give some credits to Russell Brunson, because this was actually something that I learned from him, which is absolutely key, of course. And what's your attractive character outside of your business, outside of making money? What's your attractive character? Who are you? Why should you, outside of, let's say, being a millionaire, have all this influence and have all of this fame and attention to yourself? Really ask yourself these questions. And within this video, I'm not gonna go deep into breaking down these concepts. I'm just gonna give you an overview. This is something that I will make a video further on about, because this whole attractive character concept, it really is something that a lot of people need to start to understand when it comes to actually some of the things that attractive characters do, some of the ways that they identify themselves, and some of the strategies or storylines that they put to themselves to be able to market themselves in a way to actually grow a following, right? So yeah, like I said, I'll make a video of this within the future, but if you would like go research Russell Brunson, read one of his books. He talks a lot about this, and it's something that people like I said, these big entrepreneurs are doing, something that I personally did, and it works. Outside of money, outside of business, and outside of everything, being an attractive character for people is something that will attract your dream audience and the type of people that you want to work with. So from this point, now we move on to phase 2, which is the content. So at this point, you understand why the personal brand is such an important thing to this whole ecosystem, right? You understand why how certain people do it and how they do it, right? To some degree. And like I said, there will be more videos breaking all this down, but I really just want to give you the gist of everything here so you understand how this whole funnel works, right? So moving on to phase 2 is the content, which, as you can see, there are 2 types of content, right? Organic content and paid ads. If you go to my Instagram, you should be able to find these videos, and I suggest that you do, so you have an idea what they look like. And I think this is literally the covers that they have, so you should be able to find them pretty quickly. But regardless of them being organic or paid ads, you have to have unique branding content. Right now, Instagram is at a stage to where they want authenticity. They want unique content. And actually, this is a recent wave, because not even that long ago, not so long ago, Instagram was at a stage to where they wouldn't really or push out original content, right? Like they would just push out what worked and what they would see keep people on the app. So I still remember I would find myself even though you always put your own twist to your content, right? You would find yourself recreating content and just recreating type of strategies that would work online just because Instagram was pushing that kind of content, right? But right now we're in the stage to where you can really post anything. If someone ever told you that original content doesn't work, for the longest time, yeah, that was the case. Like, I mean, unless it was like a meme or something, for the longest time that was the case, where it was original content just didn't necessarily work, just certain strategies. But now Instagram loves authentic and original and unique content. So when it comes to the video editing, to the messaging, to the storytelling, to the film angles that you have, to your unique values, to you, to everything, like I even put it here, to you, to everything, it has to be unique. It has to be unique. This is also something that I will make a separate video on, because actually developing a unique branding of yourself, and while also upholding and maintaining some strategies and applying some strategies to your content, is something that is not as simple as it sounds, but very interesting and can really help you differentiate yourself from your competitors. How you also set up your IG profile is very important, especially on Instagram. Instagram is a very aesthetic based platform, meaning that it's like the way you have your profile set up outside of the content really matters too. Like, it's not like TikTok where the cover picture doesn't even necessarily matter. You can just post everything, whatever. On Instagram, the way that you set up your profile, the way that your photos and reels are look within your feed, within your dashboard, is really important. Also, including your bio, which if you're a business owner watching this and you have a certain offer, you have a coaching offer, you need to have a well-developed bio, right? And this is what I suggest and what works the best. Having a 3-line bio. First, with what you do, and here's mine as an example, talking about what I do, creating generational memorable brands. On the second line, credentials to social proof, TikTok star, to influencer, to contrepreneur. And don't lie, like this was true. I was a TikTok star, and then I moved on to being an influencer, and now I'm a contrepreneur. And the third one's how to get involved, meaning that it's just a way to tell people basically how to get involved and with what you do in your offer. So I mean, for me, it was DM me this word and you'll get info on how to get started, right? But for you, it might be something different. Maybe for you, it's, something similar to that, or something to where it's, maybe you have a VSL and or maybe you have it plugged into your bio, and maybe you have a free school community, There's many ways that you can do it. I would suggest just looking at your competitors within your niche and seeing what they're doing and what's actually working, right? That's probably the best thing that you can do. The most common thing that people do is do the whole DM me this word. Moving on to pinned post. This is also something that you need to have set up right, as this is what people will see when first entering your profile. And it's what you want them to see, especially if it's an ideal client or someone that you would want to work with. A lot of people make the mistake of adding just random pinned videos or videos with a bunch of views on there. And even though, okay, sure, you can add the views, like whatever you want on there, it benefits you more to just add 3 specific pinned posts that work as a funnel to your offer, right? Basically, what I did here was have 3 posts. The first one explaining what I do, which is actually this one. I'm not sure why it's here. There's something that I have to fix. So yeah, this one should be here and this one should be here. But yeah, this is the first one, what I do. And it's basically a video of me explaining, my agency and everything that I do within the social media space. Another one is a personal story. And the third one is social proof. This is the best way to build a rapport with your audience and to just let people know what you do, right? The faster the people know what you do, the better. And the faster they actually hop on into your offer. Right. This is also part of your nurturing process. I don't know if I mentioned it, like, as you can see, like I put phase 2, this whole content thing, it's part of the nurturing process. So having this set up correctly is also really important. And like I said, this is also something that I will make a separate video on, this whole content subject, as there's a lot of information that goes into this. But the best thing that you can do right now is, like I said, develop a unique branding when it comes to all these characteristics and everything. Having a good IG profile set up when it comes to your bio, and having the correct pin post on your profile. That's the best thing that you can do right now. Which, as you can see, the ultimate goal of this whole personal branding stage, this whole thing, is to be able to build trust and credibility, attract the right audience, have an emotional connections with them, differentiate yourself from your competitors, and create a community. This is outside of making money. This is outside of generating sales. This is just for you, right? Because also having this generates you, right? This having a community, having this status, having this somewhat fame of being someone reliable, someone knowledgeable, is what will ultimately open a lot of doors for you and also generate you sales. And it converts cold traffic to warm traffic. And for everyone that doesn't understand what that means, there are 3 types of traffic. You first have cold traffic, which is traffic that you earn, which are basically like the views that you get, to say, like this traffic that you earned it. Let's say you posted a good video, you earned those views. And once they go into your personal brand, that's where they become warm traffic. But they become warm traffic once they either, one, follow you and engage with you constantly, or when you buy paid ads. Because warm traffic means traffic that you control. So yeah, when you buy paid ads, it's basically like you can control where that traffic goes, right? Which is why a lot of people, whenever they do ads, like they usually attach like a landing page to it, or some type of lead magnet or something, so they can really turn this warm traffic into hot traffic, which is what you want. You want to turn all your traffic into hot traffic, which is traffic that you own. It goes from earned to controlled to owned. And once you own it, I mean, that's the best scenario, right? Like, this is when you already have their information, the contact information. They follow you, they engage with you, you have their emails. You can very easily generate traffic to whatever site that you want. And it's the ideal way to generate sales for whatever offer or product that you may be offering. Which, yes, it leads us to the second stage of the funnel, which is lead capturing. Which is nothing too crazy. It's just capturing your leads, right? There are many ways to do this, but the most common way and effective way is with lead magnets, But a lead magnets, it's whenever you see a creator offering some type of free book or ebook, some type of free guide, a free blog, some type of free resources. And they do this not because they generally want to give you free information, right? There's 2 reasons why they want to do this. It's because, one, they want to nurture you. Because this, even though it's not much, it's also part of the nurturing process, giving your audience free information, but genuine free information, not just whatever. Like, if you give them genuine free information, this is also something that can really help you nurture your audience, right? And it is part of your nurturing process. But the main reason why you would do lead magnets is to be able to attach some type of information form or landing page to it, to be able to, again, turn that warm traffic into hot traffic. So yes, this is how you do it. You want a lead magnet, but don't be giving out, like I said, don't be giving out just fake information just for the sake of getting their contact information. Like, if you, like, there should be something that is genuinely free, that's actually valuable, and something that can nurture them while you, of course, have the exchange of information. Because even though that is the purpose of capturing leads, it's just for you to be able to exchange information for free resources. You also, want to have a good strategy, and want to be, you also want to be smart about it, to where even though you got what you want, which was their information, and turn them into hot traffic, being able to nurture them within this small process is also really something really important, that could go a long way. So from this point, you understand the personal branding, you understand why it's important, you understand how you could capture the leads that your personal brand generates, and now it's just time to nurture them. It's time to really get these people to really get to know you. It's time for these people to really get to trust you, and for you to build credibility within them, because these reels aren't enough to be able to close clients. A lot of people think that it's just about the reels, about having the right script, about saying the right thing. And even though, sure, it is important, reels by themselves aren't enough value for you to be able to close high clients, which is why a nurturing system, a nurturing process, is something you need to have within your funnel to be able to constantly build trust with your audience, with your clients, and be able to close them. Which, let me break down what the nurturing process looks like. So these are the type of processes that you wanna do. First is with your short form, which, as you can see, like I said, it relates to the nurturing process. Long form, a VSL, email marketing, and the DM conversations, the actual stories that you give within your long form and short form content, and your IG stories, and within the sales calls, right? And this is how it works. And this is not so much of a process. This is more of an ecosystem again, because what you want to do is build a ecosystem through where you can constantly plug in and back in your clients in case you don't actually close them within the sales call, right? which is why, as you can see, all of these kind of relate to each other in some type of way or form, right? Like you would start off with short form content, right? And you can either push out a lead magnet or a long form VSL, like this one that you're watching. Or you can do long form to lead magnet to long form, right? And at this point, like they're somewhat nurtured because of your content, your short form. At this point, you got their information, and maybe the free resources are the long form VSL. Or maybe it's the other way around. You have the short form, you promote the long form VSL. From the VSL, you talk about the lead magnet. And from there you have their information, right? Like, do you see how all, like, just within these three, I haven't even talked about the other ones, they all can go within each other and back and forth and up and down, right? So that's what you want. So let's say we do short form to lead magnet to long form VSL to email marketing, right? At this point, you have their information, they've seen the long form content, and now you're constantly nurturing them through your email marketing, which the email marketing can then again be used to push out more long form VSLs or other lead magnets that you might have created, right? The email marketing part, this is really like the grain of it all. This is really like the juicy part. This is really like the part where you can really, really nurture your audience. As whenever you have their contact information, like, it's really hard for them to not be able to see you, because the short form, I mean, yeah, they'll see you on social media. The long form, yeah, okay, they'll see you on YouTube. And the lead magnets, I mean, once they see the free content or receive the free resources, that's about it. But with email marketing, you can constantly keep showing up in their notifications with email after email after email, giving them stories, giving them free resources, promoting more long form content and such forth, right? So really, the email marketing is your ultimate goal to really this whole thing. As from here, like I said, you can market more VSLs or more lead magnets. But moving forward, these emails can really lead to DM conversations and emails, right? If you were to, let's say you're doing your marketing and you get a couple of replies from emails, that's a good way to get people into the call, right? Or it could lead to DM conversations, to where people see your emails and they message you on Instagram, and you have to develop a good setting process to get them into a call, right? Your IG stories is also something that is really crucial within your nurturing system. And also just the stories you generally give within your content, as being a good storyteller and really being able to appeal to these people's emotions is something that could really generate you status, credibility, and trust, which is, what you want. Being able to develop, those things are probably the best thing that you can do for your business. So yeah, something that you could do here is post a couple stories, have them reply to one of them stories, which leads to the DM conversations. Have a good setter in place, or have a good setting script, and book them into a call. If you don't book them to the call, maybe you can, through the DMs, you can talk to them. You can, from there, subscribe them to your email list. From your email list, you can push out your long form VSLs, some lead magnets. In some occasions, you can actually even go from the long form VSL straight to the sales calls. Like, I've seen some content creators promote their onboarding calls straight from their videos and actually convert a lot of people. So yeah, as you can see, this whole system really is an ecosystem, not so much of a funnel, because you can plug in and out from this system, to where, let's say you do get people on the sales call and you don't close them, well, you'll just plug them back into the email marketing. You'll just plug them back into more VSLs, into more short form, into more conversation in the DMs, to more IG stories, and to the point to where they're actually nurtured and ready to close. Which, yeah, as you can see, the sales call leads to the process. I'm not going to go into depth in this video about the sales process, because everybody has their own. This is also something that I could create a video on, as your attractive character could be something that you could utilize within your sales process. But within this video, I don't have enough time to be able to break it down here. So make sure to stay tuned, guys. Hit the follow button. Like I said, I think there's been 1 or 2 videos, I think 3 with this one, that I've said that I will make another video breaking it down even further. So that's a lot of free value that you guys can really utilize. So yeah, like I said, the ecosystem leads to the sales process, which leads to the ultimate goal, signing that client. So this is how the funnel works. It's somewhat long, but at the same time, not too complicated. It's just a lot of steps. Just like, for example, when it comes to the personal brand, it's not an overnight thing. It takes time to really build your personal brand, and be someone that outside of their business, people will give their attention to. And for all my business owners wanting to grow their personal brands and really just looking to scale this as soon as possible, I will leave my Calendly link below. We can schedule a call with me so we can talk about working together. this funnel really does work, and it's something that, like I said, people like Eamon Gatsby, The Tates, Alex Hormozi are constantly doing to grow their personal brands. Personal branding really is the new way of doing business. You know, if you're watching this and you don't really understand what the hype about personal branding is, well, I suggest you start understanding it, because within a couple years, like if you don't have a personal brand, it's going to be really difficult for you to be able to compete out here in the market, as it really is the new way of doing business. And it's basically your digital real estate. You know, it will get to the point where who has more digital real estate to compete against others. So don't fall behind. I'll see you guys in the next one.